Liverpool dropped points. They lose to Leicester 1-0 today. And now there's a 6 point gap between City and Liverpool and Chelsea. And with the Africa Cup of Nations coming and Liverpool going to lose players like Mane, like Salah to the Africa Cup of Nations, you started thinking, is this title race over? Chelsea, who also haven't looked amazing, we're kind of teetering right now. And they're going to lose some players too. Obviously, City's going to lose some players too, but they have the most depth out of anyone. And they don't rely on a single player or single players like Liverpool do with Salah. Is this title race over, man? This season has already been kind of disappointing. I wanted it to be a 4-team race. I was excited about Ronaldo coming back. I was like, we're going to have United back. It's going to be Liverpool, City, Chelsea, duking it out all the way to the end. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And it started off looking that way. And then Manchester United fell off. And you were like, okay, we could have seen this coming. They need a better coach. They need to revamp that team. But now with Chelsea teetering, Liverpool losing today to Leicester, is this it? Is it over? Like, it feels like it's over. City play tomorrow and they could win and they'll get to 19 points. Or probably today by the time you listen to this. The game might be over by the time you guys watch this. So they might be a 9-point lead with one more game played, but still just the fact that it's 9 points. It was like, are they going to come back from 9 points? I know we're barely over Boxing Day, but it kind of feels like the title race is over, man. It kind of feels like the season, we're just playing for Champions League spots and Europa League spots, and the relegation race is always cool. But the title race, man, I thought this was Chelsea revamped themselves with Lukaku, and Liverpool were going to come back stronger, not having so many injuries last year, and even United and City were obviously going to be there. And, man, if City wins tomorrow or today, or if maybe they already won, or maybe they lost, and it'll keep it as, it'll tighten up the race. But, like, is this... Someone tell me something to make me feel like this title race is not decided already. Like, tell me something. Like, no, they're bound to drop points. But they play Arsenal on the first. So Arsenal, who's been on a hot streak, they just put 5 on Norwich. I believe, they put 5 on Norwich. So they've been killing the bad teams. Like, it's time for Arsenal to, if they really want to claim themselves to be an important team, to claim that they're back, they got to start beating some of these bigger teams. So what better chance than to beat City on the 1st or on the 3rd of January? That would really tighten up the race. So I'm an Arsenal fan as a neutral, as a Wolves fan, and as someone that just wants to see a competitive race. I'm an Arsenal fan for that matchup. City, Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want them to win. I want them to tighten up the race. But, man, is there any other hope? Like, if Arsenal doesn't win, if City takes care of business tomorrow, like, what can we say? Like, Liverpool is bound, I believe, to drop points during the Africa Cup of Nations. I think it's inevitable. Even if they just tie, I don't think they're going to win all their games. I don't think that's any... If people have something against that, like, they're losing their best players, man. Like, it only makes sense that they're going to drop a couple points. But it is what it is, man. All the 5 leagues, it looks like everyone, Real Madrid, it looks like they might run away with it. Bayern, and now City. Like, we might just have Champions League this year. That might be the only thing really competitive, because it looks like the leagues might be decided. And it's sad. It's December 28th, and it feels like December 28th, December 29th, and it feels like the league has already been decided for most of these leagues. And the Premier League, which was super hyped up, especially by myself, I thought this was going to be one of the best seasons ever. And if City end up winning and it's not close, like, if I check back at the end of January and it's like, okay, it's like a 7-8 point lead now. It's like a 9 point lead because Liverpool dropped points because they lost Salah, and Chelsea couldn't, steer the ship. Like, it's going to be a very disappointing season. But obviously, I'm curious to hear everyone's ideas, everyone's point of view. Like someone give me hope for this title race not being over. I hope it's not over, and I want to see a close race. But it just feels like with the Africa Cup of Nations and Liverpool losing Salah and Mane and Chelsea not playing the best, and they're gonna lose, some players too. Like, it just feels like it's over.